Everybody. My name is Sarabi, and I'm going to be showing you how to create a mock booking using our VAX supplier. Okay. So, so going in, here is our VAX. And then on the side here, you can choose the different suppliers within VAX that you want to use. I am partial to FunJet, so that's what we're going to do for today. And when you're doing this, you want to kind of be thinking about like what kind of client you want to market to, right? Like what is your ideal client? So I like to typically do like adult vacations. I also like family vacations as well. And then depending on the year, that's when I want to like decide what I want to market for. Like if it's the holiday times, I usually do a lot of couples and family vacations to like tropical places or like Florida or something like that, so they can do theme park reservations or resort reservations. But it's really up to you. Like I said, this is a mock booking. It's just an ad to get people to contact you, and then you can qualify them from there. So we are going to do a flight and hotel package, leaving from Columbus because that's where I'm from. Um, and then we actually, no, we are going to actually leave from Miami. And I will let you know because leaving from Columbus is actually kind of expensive for some reason. So typically when I create my bookings, I like to choose a airport code that's typically a lot cheaper for people to leave from. So we have Miami here, and then we are going to Montego Bay. Yes. I'm gonna do this one for the adults, so 2 adults. And we are going to leave in January. So I'm gonna do January 17th and then 5 nights. It'll autofill in there for me. And then travel protection. Now you want to always make sure you add travel protection just because, especially with like a country like that, like say COVID regulations change or things like that, your client and you are protected, and it's easier to kind of maneuver and fix any issues that may arise for their booking. And another thing too, when you're doing this as well, you want to make sure that the places that you're going to, you keep a log of all the ads that you create. So that way, when it comes time like where you're doing this more often, you can honestly like copy and paste what you originally have done and fill in the individual information for that certain booking that you're making to like kind of update it, and you're not recreating a whole new ad every single time you do this. All right, so we have our outbound flights and our return flights, but we're gonna go down here. So we want an all-inclusive, adult only. And then I never market for less than 4 stars. So whenever I'm qualifying clients or booking clients, I always look for 4 to 5 star resorts, unless they specify otherwise or have a certain budget, just because you want quality for your client. Like you're selling a travel experience. So even though sometimes prices may be different, that's the benefit of having a travel agent. You want them to have a good experience because then you're going to have a repeat client when they're like, hey, this person got me this for this price and I had an amazing time, versus going the cheaper route saying like, hey, like this is very budget friendly, whatever. But then, they're in a place where there's like things that they can't use for the hotel, or like it's messy or the reviews are bad or something like that. You just want to make sure you're providing the best quality service for your client as possible. So that's just why I personally always do 4 to 5. because that's the market client. That's the client that I want to market to. So that's gonna be there. And then from there, then you can go to lowest to highest to make your ad. So this is what it comes up with. Now, the difference when you're looking through this plus sign here will bring down all of the rooms that are available along with the prices. And then when you actually click on the resort, that's what's gonna bring the pictures and amenities and all of that for you. So we're looking at this. This is really nice. I love it. It's like right on the beach. Oh, yeah, junior suite. So I think we found one on the first go. Yep, I like it. Okay. Down here you can see what different promotions they have, because when you're making your ad, these are little selling points that you can actually add for the people. So honeymoon honeymoon inclusions. If you want to market for like an anniversary or honeymoon, you can add that on to your ad. Reduced rates, you can add that as well. Let's see what amenities, and then the rooms, and then it has the different things here for the rooms. So looking at this, junior suite deluxe, junior suite, sea view, ocean view front. So I want to see in the pictures what the difference is for the sea view and the ocean front view. Because when you're making an ad and you're putting like ocean front, like that's just more appealing in my opinion when you're trying to sell something. So, but see, the sea view is actually not that bad as well. That's really nice. And then oceanfront, do they have an oceanfront view? They do not. So I guess it's sea view for the win. We're gonna do the junior suite deluxe sea view. It has a price on there. You don't have to tell anybody that is an additional price. Like I said, this is just an ad that you're making because it's all gonna be built in with it. So I'm gonna hit select. Should have did beach as well, but all right. And then next it pulls up the flights tab. Now, something that you may have noticed if you've been using Vax, I don't know if it actually has it on here. I'm not seeing any. Okay, but sometimes on this side here for fare type, now there's gonna be some that say publish fare. Those are flights that are available to the public that they can actually research and see for themselves. These bulk fare types are the ones that only we can see through Vax. So just keep that in mind when you're picking your flights that you want. They're not able to research this if you click it, which is why it's preferred because we don't want them researching the flight. But yeah, just keep that in mind when you're selecting those. So we are gonna go for nonstop flights because again, that's another selling point, right? People don't want long layovers, and with how flights are going lately, like nonstop flights are very much preferred because then there's less chance of them getting stuck or canceled or late for like their layover flight, right? So out of all the nonstops, we're gonna do the cheapest one. And again, this is a mock booking, so I'm not paying attention to like the details, right? Because obviously, flight when someone is gonna actually book with you for this vacation, the flights are gonna change because obviously they're gonna be probably leaving from a different place, or things are gonna be different. So this is just getting the ad out to make it appealing for the eye. Again, we're doing nonstop and all right, so it brings you to this itinerary summary. It has the transportation to and from your hotel. We are gonna actually remove that. But keep the travel protection. So on the side here, it has the days prior to departure, the base price, how much it is per person, total package price, the whole 9 yards, right? So looking at this, you can either go on this side or on this side, it doesn't matter. But okay, never mind. Normally on the bottom, it has like activities sometimes, and then those are other things that you can add onto the package, but we're gonna skip that for now. We're gonna go to email print itinerary. All right, and then this brings you all of the information about the itinerary. It has the hotel information, travel protection, and all of that. So what we are gonna base the price off of is this section here. Actually, first, I am going to email this to myself. Um, and I only do this as an insurance policy because sometimes I forget like what ads I post, and if somebody comes to you and asks you like, hey, I want to do this one, you want to make sure you know what they're talking about. Because I made this mistake in like my first couple weeks where somebody inquired me about a cruise because of a ad that I posted, and that was during a time where I was just like creating like a whole bunch of like mock bookings and posting them like every single day. And I had no idea which cruise she was talking about. So I learned from my mistake. Now I have an insurance policy. I have a folder in my Gmail where I just email myself like these itineraries with the date and then just mock bookings. And then I'm able to go back and see what they're talking about. I also have a Google Docs where I have the individual ad for said booking. So that way I know what was said as well. Because like I said, I made a mistake. I made the flyer and I had the wrong information on there. Like it was like the wrong days and the wrong nights and stuff. And it was just a whole mess. So just try to keep yourself organized in that way, which is a lesson learned for myself. But yeah, I keep that in there for my insurance policy. And then you have this information here as well. So that way, if prices change, then you know what you had marketed as well. So what I like to do is, you see how it says the balance due is $2,755, right? Now where it's kind of hard to make that a selling point for someone. They see $2,000, they're like, no, thank you. Even if you like half that, like that's gonna be a lot for a lot of people. So what we're gonna market from is this deposit amount. And how we do that is we go for the 649.98 and we divide that by 2 because we're doing it for 2 people. So the deposit per person will be, we're just gonna say $325 per person. That's a lot better as a selling point than trying to market a bigger number. Because my rule of thumb, if the deposit is more than $400, I don't add it on the ad. Just because that's kind of like a high number for some people. So you don't want to turn someone off because they're looking at the price versus what they're actually trying to get. Which is why some of my ads, like where I know where it's very high for the deposit, I post a lot of pictures because they fall in love with the picture before they have the chance to say, hey, I don't want to do this kind of thing. So that's what we're going to market for. So it's going to be 325. And I'm going to put a little note section here as well, just so that we have the information for our ad. So this is 8/19/22. We are going to Montego Bay from, what did I say? January 17, 23, to January 22nd, 23. 2 people. What is the name of the hotel? Bahia Principe Luxury. All inclusive. Because you want to market that. And then I want to say that was a 4-star, right? 4.5 star. Okay. 4.5 star resorts. Then they are getting a junior suite, deluxe sea view room. What else should we add on here? Honeymooners will receive the following bonuses. Must be within 6 months of original and reduced rate. Nah, we're not gonna actually market for those just because it's very conditional. There's like certain things you don't want someone getting upset with you. So we're going to put just non-stop flight. Wow, spelling. Non-stop flight. Travel protection. And then deposits starting at $325 per person. Let me see. When is the deposit due? The 22nd. So that's another thing that you can do. You can say can hold deposit until 8. I say 21, even though it's the 22nd, just to give that day buffer. Contact. No. We are going to say text Montego 2614-629-4902 for your free. I apologize for the narrating to keep me focused. Then you want to add that you are a licensed and bonded agent, right? And then prices and availability subject to change. Just for those that may try to get you, like if the prices change tomorrow, you have this insurance policy as well. All right, that seems pretty right. So what I did with the other ones, when I posted, I kind of doctor it up a little bit, but you have like the basic information on there. Obviously, when we are posting this, we are not going to put the hotel on there because we don't want them actually going to look it up themselves. But that's why I have that 4.5 star resort on there so they know that they're staying in a really nice place. Okay, so I am going to preview and email this to myself. All right, now, oh, I almost forgot. Sorry, you want to get pictures. So we can actually use pictures from Vex. I really like this one. When you're looking for pictures, you want to make sure you're not looking you don't find something with the actual hotel name in it. So we are going to do this aerial view because it's really nice. I'm gonna put the here one. Ooh, that's really nice too. I just like this picture. Just you don't have to do as many as I usually do. I always pick 5 pictures from the website and then I post 3. Because I never can decide which one I want to actually use. But 3 is a pretty good number to kind of keep it. Because if people have to keep going through and looking at like a whole bunch of pictures, they're not gonna like go through all of it. So keep it simple for yourself. I usually like to have like an aerial view, a picture of a room, and then a picture of the pool. Because who doesn't like the pool? Gourmet cuisine, cocktails. Where's the pool? Oh, the beach is also a good selling point as well. Like that. Like I said, I always get like 5 of these just because. Ah, there she is. Let me see. No, okay, cool. All right, so I have my images. Now, there are a couple different ways that you can do this, right? So you can post the pictures and then your add like, with the words on there, or you can do like a Canva flyer. Um, I typically do like a mixture of both. It really depends on what it is. But for the purposes of this training today, I'm just gonna do the pictures and then the ads. So we are gonna go to my Facebook. And I always like to post through the Meta Business Suite just because you're able to post into a lot of different places at once. So going through the planner, create post. If you can see here, so I can post it to my Facebook, my Instagram, and then if you have groups, you can post into 3 additional groups as well. So it's a really good tool to like post into like a whole bunch of places at once. Because once you post into those 3 groups, you just need to share it from your page 2 more times, and then you have your 5, excuse me, your 5 mock booking shares for that like time frame. Because ideally you want to be sharing into groups in the 5 times in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. And that's the same post, not like 3 different like ads or something. That's just the same mock booking for that day. So I am going to add those pictures. So first, put them in travel pics, mock bookings. All right, so we're definitely gonna have that aerial view because that was really nice. Mm, and that's another thing about it. Like Instagram's aspect ratios are a little wonky sometimes, so sometimes the pictures don't really fit, which is where those Canva ads come in handy because you can actually format it so that it's like the Instagram square post, and then all of your ads will fit on there. So this time we're just gonna bite the bullet and not post it to Instagram, but find a way to kind of get that on there. So normally if I'm not able to post these pictures on there, then I create a reel in Instagram and I still have the content on there. We are gonna do the suite next. And then trying to decide if I want to do the pool or the beach. We're gonna do the beach. Yes. All right, so this is in January, so I'm gonna say a January special. That way we don't have to specify the dates. January special, spend a week. Yes. Spend a amazing. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out what I want to write for this January special. So we're gonna put spend a romantic weekend in Montego Bay. Package includes 5 nights stay in 4.5 star hotel or resort, rather, all inclusive resort. What else did we have on here? So I'm just gonna copy actually the rest of this. Copy. And paste. Work smarter, not harder, guys. Junior suite deluxe view room, nonstop flights, travel protection, deposit starting, can hold deposit. All right, so it has all the information. I have it on here, and then obviously this looks a little bland, so we're just gonna doctor this up with some emojis. So January special, I always have like a exclamation point or something red, ideally, just because red is attractive. You see it, you're like, huh, what's that? I'm looking for the boop. So we're just gonna do one. For some reason on the computer, the 2 doesn't really work. So that's why we're doing 1 here. Spend a romantic weekend in Montego Bay. We are gonna make that an island. Right. I always double it up just because I'm just particular about how I do things. There's no real reason. 5 star, 4.5 stars. So highlight that. Sea view room. We want to highlight that. So with the ocean, nonstop flights. Travel protection. Boop. Deposits. I always put the fire emoji because they're getting a great rate. Oops. The wrong one. And then I always blow up the can only hold that part. Then I want them to text me. So that's what that is. And then we also are highlighting our insurance policies as well. And all I'm doing is right clicking, hitting emoji, and then putting those on there from my computer. Now, obviously, when you're doing this on your phone, there's a lot more emojis that are available to you. So if you want to do it that way, you can always get Telegram on your computer and send yourself like your pictures or your ads or whatever, and then you can do it on your phone from there. or just download it directly from Bax. That's way more easier as well. I don't know why I said that. All right. Oh, and then last thing, hashtags. So the more hashtags, the better. I have a specific place where I keep all of mine, and every time I think of one, I add it onto my list. So that way I don't have to write every single one of these again, because chances are you're going to forget some of them, and you want to make sure you're staying consistent, you're reachable by search as well. Then I'm going to add Montego Bays on here. Montego. I don't know why I can never spell this. Montego Bay. I'm going to add Jamaica. Jamaica. Then I'm going to add, did I put all inclusive on this one? No, it is not. So we are going to add that all inclusive. Resort. Yeah, let's say beach. All right, so we have that. So that's our post. Looking at this, it looks good. I'm gonna check the mobile view because sometimes it gets kind of wonky. All right, everything looks good. Spacing is right, perfect. I like. Now, when it comes to posting, optimal times, I always post my mock bookings there because I want the most people to see it at that time. So I'm gonna hit today at 7, and then save, and then it's gonna post for me at 7 o'clock. Now you also have the option of just publishing it right then and there. You can absolutely do that. I just like to schedule it when there's like a higher chance of people seeing it. That's just my personal preference, but you can always just straight publish it. And then I have it scheduled. So the cool thing about the Made a Business Suite too, with the planner, it tells you like when it's gonna come out and then what you already have out as well. So that pretty much sums up everything. Let me know if this video is helpful. I'm gonna stop sharing. Yeah, let me know if this video is helpful. Feel free to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel whenever I do trainings like this, or if you guys need any more like organizational training, marketing training, you will find them there on my channel. Have a good one. See you later.